Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Out there, in there, out there. From in here, new here, brand new here, in here, out here, right there, here. And here's Vivi. She's so glad to be in her new place. And Julie's going to pan the window. Here she goes. We're all going to wiggle. Should I duck, maybe? See what we get to look at out the window? We're sort of pseudo-naming where we are right now 7 acres, because it's, well, somebody's going to get down. Oh, don't go away. Oh, there she goes. Well, anyway, see our pond? It's 14 feet deep, and it's full of bass and sunfish. And that's our window that we can look out at the pond. How's anything going to get done here? Just going to sit here and think about how lucky we are on Thanksgiving to be with you and you with us. I've had some messages this week. Bibby's nose. Am I forgetting anything? Hi, Mark. Mariana. Oh. I've had some messages this week. I said that, wow. They've, I don't know. I guess they make me happy. You believe in the Irish phrase, when you say are happy, it doesn't mean all the time. It means like a sip of coffee, you go, ah, boy, that's happiness. And then you just go on your way full of sorrow because of the way people are treating each other. How can you not? Huh? Let's just say it. We're all full of sorrow for the way people are treating each other. And that sums so much up. Oh, boy. And then you look out and you see this pond and this beautiful place. We want you to visit, just to be here. This is a place to go. 7 acres of woods, trails. Sit on the dock and fish or watch. We had the most wonderful time yesterday. You won't believe. This place it's not that it's a wreck, it's that it's full. You can't move. It's a labyrinth. There must be, 827 boxes in here that need to be opened? Julie's laughing at how overwhelming it is. See, I bumped my head. Not much up there to protect me. We had the best time. Moving was a visit with 4 of the sweetest, most fun, laugh-filled, I don't like saying young guys, because that just means younger than me, but guys, kind of, college-ish age. They were the kindest, nicest. They worked 13 hours and never lost their patience. Never heard a grump, never heard a, I thought you said you put it over here. Never. Would you move that? Sure. So, boy, Jesse, Russell, Drake, Zach. I told them I wanted to adopt them. And Julie got them so many cookies that I ate some. And lots of pop for them. 13 hours. And they're still going to come back and take away trash stuff. I got a sip after that. To those 4 guys, huh? Wow. Slurp it. Remember to slurp it. It's very important. Looking right out here, the sun comes up. Sun goes down over the pond. Boy, excuse me. Sorry, I got a little leftover stuff. I really, oh boy, it hurt my back. I've got to take it easy on this whole thing. Take a minute. Just a second. Be thankful. Let's start our day, especially today. And we know all the just quiet. All the controversy over Thanksgiving. Let's let it go. Let's be grateful for First People. Let's forgive ourselves. Let's be thankful for the people with us and the people not that we love. Let's just be thankful. If you trip, be thankful that you didn't fall all the way down. Yeah? Yeah. One of the guys caught me yesterday. I would be in the hospital today, but he caught me. Because I'm not, I had this problem, and I tripped on this thing, apparatus, and he caught me. Yeah, he did. Who was it that caught me? Drake.
Oh, good man.
Boy, what a good guy. All those guys. They never, well, I can't say enough. I wish they watched, because then, let's be thankful for the things that never go away. Let's be thankful for the things that if they go away, we'll be thankful. Well, here we are. Oh my goodness, and last weekend, the people who helped us, and if I start naming names, please, you know who you are. If I start naming names, I'm going to leave out Doug. I don't know. I mean, or Cindy. Probably Bob and Louise. I'll leave them out. These friends of ours, yes, we have friends. We've left those who don't want to be our friends. And we welcomed into our whole move. It's as if they're here. It really is. That presence of those people who helped, they moved every piece of our art. And remember, we have 8,863 pieces of art. And they made this line that just went like this. Truck into the truck and back. Julie, trucker Julie, she went in and got the U-Haul. And I know it's sexist for me to laugh to see her behind the wheel of a truck. I know that. And it's even sexist to say adorable. But I fell in love with her all over again behind that wheel of that truck. Yeah. And even though she's driven a truck since she was, 7 months? Something like that. Oh my goodness. They were just so kind and so good. And they brought every piece of art. And then Julie's sister and brother. And you don't want to hear all this boring stuff. Julie's sister and husband just helped and cleaned and scrubbed and cleaned and rearranged. And, how can we be so lucky? And the carpet cleaners came. And they were like a visit. This guy was sure, look, here's my daughter. I got her this for Halloween. Look at this. This is so cool. You got to get one of these. Well, our daughter's for your daughter. Well, so you know what our Thanksgiving is going to be? Farmhouse Deli. It's all in the fridge in little containers. Well, that's our first Thanksgiving in our new place. Yeah. And 2 men in a truck. We had 4 men and 2 enormous trucks. And to think we lived on a houseboat. Well, 2 men in a truck, aren't they the best? I tell you. Those guys. One guy said 6 years, I'm almost at the end. I mean, think all that lifting, Another guy is a creative writing major in college, getting a job. Boy. Are you scared? It's okay to say it. Yeah, it is. I think it'd be really good if all of us who, isn't it funny to hate? It's a loving act to hate. I don't know. supposed to love your neighbor. I don't find that a neighbor. See, I've learned that now. It's not a neighbor. They could live next door, but they're not a neighbor. So I only love neighbors. Mr. Rogers. Huh. Who is in your neighborhood? Who is the, what is it? Who is the elephant in your neighborhood? I don't know. I forget. How could I forget? My name's Jack Rogers Riddle. Oh, boy. Well, we met. I told you, met landscapes. How are we doing? Should we say? I can't. I just think. What else happened this weekend? Well, people helped. We already said that, though, didn't we? Oh, really? Well, Julie said, "Did you write some things down?" And I said, "No, I'll remember them." That's not working out, is it? Well, it's nice to be quiet on Thanksgiving, I think that's a good thing. Have you ever seen Patti Smith's Cafe of a Million Words or something like that?
A Million Names.
A Million Names?
Yeah. Substack.
It's on Substack? Patti Smith. And also, if you get a chance, go on YouTube and find Stephen Fry reading a letter. There's a show on YouTube called something Letters. Wonderful Letters.
I think Letters Live.
Letters Live, something like that. It's really remarkable, but you find it. Letters, put Stephen Fry Letters, and he reads a letter by Nick Cave. You know Nick Cave? Nick Cave? Well, it's really something that every humane being, I'm changing it. There are no human beings. That's just a generic. There are humane beings and inhumane beings. And we're talking about humane beings, right? Yeah. It's like what happened to Jesus. You know, I think Jesus and he'd never go to seminary. Nope. Yeah. Jesus, why are you leaving? You're talking about theology. I got to go out and help these people. Oh, well, you're going to get an F. I know. Where was I? Oh, Stephen Fry, yeah. This letter from Nick Cave. Every humane human being should read this. It is remarkable. It's like something that should be in a lit book in 5 years. It's right now, Julie says, because it's talking absolutely reducing an understanding and reducing in a positive sense to the danger of AI. And it's not necessarily what you might think. This is very, very revealing, and you think about your children, and you think that this is important. This is important in HUMANE. Yeah. It's hard for me to imagine. I got so many emails this week. Wow. Julie said, "Stop reading all those emails." But they were so kind. I mean, I don't understand. I'm sitting here. Vivi's left, so I'm abandoned. She's done so well here. And we'll find the cats one of these days. They're hilarious. We found one of them hiding behind the cactus plants yesterday. Molly was behind the cactus plants. Yikes! There are boxes coming in here one after another. 13 hours. I said that. Well, just know we're thankful. I said I wanted to do this because of the other And I just wanted us to be at home with each other for a little bit. Chit-chat, as my grandma would say. And then somebody would leave and she'd say, they were good company. You know, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm tired of people saying, oh, I just do small talk. Wow. That's not what it's about. It's about intimacy, connection, being. I'm running out of time. It's all, well. There's a poem in here somewhere. This is a little chapbook that way back in 2001, O-N-E, 2000 O-N-E, W-O-N, 1. I have to, please don't hear it as bragging, because it's more like, couldn't believe it. They called and said it won the New York City Center for Book Arts Award for chapbooks. And it was even too long and it won. And they had to cut some stuff. The originals you should see, they're handmade. This is a copy done by the wonderful Ridgeway Press, ML, bless your heart. It's a big one. Anyway, it won that award, and Billy Collins and I were given the chance to read in New York City, and most of you know this, New York City, at the first Christmas after 9/11. Now let's think about Thankful and that experience. Julie and I walked down to the Twin Towers site, smoldering, awful, and we watched those firemen walking into that rubble and walking out filthy, and they would walk into the church that was right next to it, which is a horrifying irony. No, coincidence. And they walked into that church to shower. And then they would walk out, and the handful of people that were there would pat them or clap or kiss. And then you'd cry. But we stood there. And the people on the street in New York were still trying to keep it New York, selling their stuff in the street, the food vendors, and it was raining one day, an umbrella guy had 50 umbrellas, outside that he probably took from 23 people walking down the street. I don't know. He's selling them for $5. And then Billy and I got to read it, and we were pretty overwhelmed, but we said, well, we'll give you an hour and a half or so from. So, appropriately, this, see, it folds like an accordion. Isn't that fun? I can imagine reading this thing. Well, I can't imagine reading poems anyway, but I don't mean that cynically. It's just, that's what America is. Anyway, let's put the cover down there. And this is a poem from that book. And thanks for being here. Thankfulness for being here, right? It's called Still Here. Still Here. Easy world, you gave it once. That quiet afternoon after a morning rain. And it did rain yesterday morning, and then it stopped. After a morning rain, we had lunch. Then the sun came out, and we took our sweat out into the garden, pulled gently on the weeds, and lifted the slugs off their path. It was our own greenhouse, lost under a wide sky. The thunderheads now gone. The mud mixed with the deep, mute smell of leaves. That was all. A morning storm, a steamy afternoon, a garden helping us feel we belonged. Thanks for being with us. You take care. Try to be cheerful. Be kind. Care.